The American division commander fired a single shot into the snow. He didn't expect that blood would instantly gush out. However, because the distance was too great, the division commander didn't notice anything unusual. In his view, it was impossible for Chinese People's Volunteer soldiers to be lying in ambush in such cold weather. So, he led his troops away. But as soon as the American planes flew away, several Chinese People's Volunteer soldiers emerged from the snow. The company commander quickly dragged his comrade out of the snowbank. At that moment, blood was continuously spurting from the soldier's neck. The medic rushed over to check, but it was already too late. The soldier unfortunately died on the spot. Before the company commander could recover from his grief, he heard the medic shout that another soldier had frozen to death. This was the 9th soldier to freeze to death. The company commander was silent. Just a moment ago, they had been fighting side by side, filled with the determination to protect their homeland. And now, their lives had quietly vanished in the icy cold. But in order to complete the ambush mission and wait for the main force to launch a general attack, the soldiers had to bury themselves deep in the snow once again. It wasn't until the 3rd night that the troops finally received supplies. But when they opened the burlap bags, they found that the potatoes inside were frozen as hard as stones. They had to be warmed in the soldiers' arms for several hours before they could be eaten. And these potatoes had been delivered to the front line at the cost of countless lives. Because the US military controlled the airspace, the transport teams would be bombed shortly after setting out. If a vehicle was hit, the driver would drive it straight off a cliff. Because everyone had agreed that no matter what happened, they couldn't block the way for the following transports. Thanks to the sacrifices of the transport soldiers, the supplies were delivered to the frontline fighters. Meanwhile, the US military was living in tents that protected them from the wind and snow, and each soldier was equipped with cold weather gear. They had plenty of food. After lying in ambush in the snow for more than 10 days, the Chinese People's Volunteer soldiers finally received the order to counterattack. The soldiers quickly moved into action and surrounded the US troops. But in order to break through, the enemy launched several counterattacks. The company commander led his soldiers to hold the position until only 3 soldiers were left in the company. As the enemy launched another charge, the company commander ordered his men to retreat and seek reinforcements. Then he found an explosive charge. He resolutely charged out of the trench, pulled the fuse, and threw himself at the enemy. In the end, he died along with more than a dozen American soldiers.